Have you ever wondered why you end up spending more money when you are sad or stressed? Today we are going to discover it together. Emotions play a more powerful role in our financial decisions than we usually imagine. When we feel sadness or anxiety, our brain seeks a quick way to find relief and instant gratification. This need for comfort can lead us directly to spend money on things we do not really need. Psychologists call this emotional buying behavior, and it affects millions of people every day. No matter how much self-control you think you have, if your emotions are not in balance, your wallet will suffer. When you buy something, you experience a release of dopamine, a chemical that makes you feel good temporarily. This small emotional high can be addictive, causing a dangerous cycle of sadness and consumption. That is why after a bad day at work it is so tempting to go shopping or order expensive food. Our brain associates shopping with an emotional reward, even though the effect is only temporary. The problem is that after spending, the emotional void often intensifies and can come accompanied by guilt. Thus begins a spiral where we seek to feel better by spending more and worsening the situation. This cycle not only harms our finances but also our self-esteem and overall well-being. Sadness makes us more impulsive and less rational, affecting our ability to make good decisions. Studies show that sad people are willing to pay higher prices for products. When we are sad, our sense of value decreases, making us see purchases as necessary. On the other hand, when we are happy, we tend to be more rational and careful with our spending. It is essential to recognize when we are being emotionally influenced before making a purchase. Financial self-awareness is the first step to break the cycle of emotional spending. An effective strategy is to stop and ask yourself before buying, do I really need this, or am I seeking comfort? Another useful technique is to wait 24 hours before making unplanned purchases, especially during emotional moments. Scheduling reflection times before spending helps reduce the impulse and allows for more conscious decisions. Practicing gratitude can also diminish the impulse to spend to fill emotional voids. When you are grateful for what you already have, you reduce the artificial sense of need created by your emotion. Mindfulness meditation is another powerful tool for identifying and managing consumption impulses. Learning to sit with your emotions instead of reacting to them is key to lasting financial health. Controlling your emotions does not mean suppressing them, but recognizing them and acting from a place of full awareness. Now that you understand how emotions affect your spending, it is time to dive deeper into techniques to master them. Taking a deep breath and analyzing your emotions before pulling out your card can save you thousands of dollars in the long term. A conscious pause of a few minutes can be the difference between an impulsive purchase and a smart decision. When you learn to manage your emotions, your finances begin to reflect stability and sustained growth. Many successful millionaires are not necessarily the smartest, but the most emotionally balanced. Instead of letting themselves be carried away by impulses, they cultivate emotional discipline in every financial decision. Having emotional discipline does not mean being stingy, but being strategic and conscious with each expense. The first step to achieve it is to keep an emotional journal where you record how you feel before buying. After a few weeks, you will be able to identify patterns and emotional triggers that drive your spending. You may discover that certain events like family fights or work stress trigger your impulsive purchases. Recognizing these patterns gives you the power to anticipate them and take preventive measures in time. An effective strategy is to replace the habit of buying with other activities that also give you pleasure. For example, going for a walk, practicing a hobby, or calling a friend can help you regulate your emotions. Physical exercise also releases dopamine naturally without the need to spend money. Sleeping well and maintaining a balanced diet strengthen your emotional self-control and reduce spending impulses. Emotional management requires daily practice, but its benefits extend to all areas of your life. Emotional discipline not only improves your finances but also strengthens your relationships and mental well-being. Most disastrous financial decisions do not occur due to lack of information, but due to lack of emotional control. Mastering your mind is the true path to lasting and conscious financial freedom. Think of each expense as a conversation between your emotional self and your rational self. Learning to let your rational self have the last word is a sign of financial maturity. Many studies show that people with high emotional intelligence are more successful economically. It is not about not feeling emotions, but about not letting them control every move of your wallet. Each time you overcome an emotional spending impulse, you are training your brain to resist instant gratification. Instant gratification is the greatest enemy of wealth. Built with patience and consistency, spending emotionally may give momentary pleasure, but investing emotionally builds lasting peace. Having a clear financial plan helps reduce impulsive decisions based on emotions. A budget is an emotional tool more than a mathematical one because it gives you structure and purpose. When you have a clear financial purpose, each expense becomes a conscious and powerful choice. Financial clarity reduces anxiety and strengthens your self-control in moments of emotional vulnerability. Small daily emotional victories in your money management add up to great long-term results. Taking an extra minute before buying can represent hundreds of smart decisions throughout the year. The environment also plays a crucial role in managing our financial emotions. If you live surrounded by constant consumption stimuli, it is harder to maintain emotional self-control. That is why it is important to design your environment to favor conscious and healthy financial decisions. Eliminating compulsive shopping apps and avoiding excessive advertising can be a great first step. Organizing your home to focus on experiences instead of objects also strengthens your financial mindset. Surround yourself with people who share values of saving, investing, and conscious consumption to reinforce your discipline. Your social environment influences your emotions and your financial behavior more than you imagine. If your friends spend impulsively, it is likely that you will too. Due to emotional social pressure, finding financial support groups or financial education communities can change your mindset in the long run. Learning from others who have already walked the path of financial intelligence accelerates your own progress. Modeling emotionally balanced people regarding money helps you create your own healthy patterns. Eliminate phrases like "I deserve it" as an excuse to justify unnecessary emotional spending. Learn to reward yourself in ways that do not negatively affect your financial goals. Investing in meaningful experiences instead of unnecessary objects produces more lasting happiness. Conscious consumption based on positive emotions generates real well-being and not momentary emptiness. Transforming your emotional relationship with money requires time, patience, and self-compassion. Do not punish yourself for past mistakes in your emotional financial management. Use them as valuable learning. Each step you take towards emotional financial control brings you closer to economic freedom. Accepting your emotions as a natural part of your life allows you to make better financial decisions. You do not need to eliminate emotions, you need to understand them and navigate them wisely and purposefully. Money does not buy happiness, but a good emotional relationship with money can give you peace of mind. Treating your finances as a reflection of your emotional well-being will forever change your way of seeing money. When your mind is at peace, your financial decisions will be too, and your wealth will grow naturally. Remember that true wealth is not only in your bank account but also in your balanced mind. If you manage to transform your inner world, your external results will inevitably follow. That positive change, no matter how many times you have fallen, emotional control is built step by step every day. The big changes in your financial life always begin with small acts of daily awareness. Today is the best day to start building your financial freedom from the inside out. Each emotion controlled wisely adds a brick in the construction of your lasting wealth. Investing time in your emotional growth is the most profitable investment you can ever make. Learning to observe your emotions with curiosity and not judgment will allow you to make better life decisions. A mind trained not to react impulsively is a mind capable of building true wealth. True financial freedom begins with mastering your most invisible but most powerful impulses. Remembering that a moment of emotional weakness does not define your financial future is key to persevering. Each day represents a new opportunity to build a stronger mind and more solid finances. Emotional self-control is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes over time. No one is born with perfect financial self-control. It is a skill we can all develop step by step. Do not underestimate the power of a single day. When you make all your financial decisions from awareness, each conscious decision you make today plants the seeds that you will reap in your financial future. A small emotional change today can mean a huge economic difference tomorrow. You are the architect of your financial destiny, and it all begins within your mind. Each emotion you master is another brick in the construction of your solid and stable financial future. Subscribe so you can learn how to change your mind and your money to build wealth.